What is going on, guys? I am back here once again live in the Toronto Huskies franchise, and my name is Tavikes28. Sorry for the little intro there of quiet. I usually start off a little quiet here and then make sure everything sounds alright for you guys. And that is what I'm going to go ahead and do right now, making sure that you guys can hear me alright and that everything sounds good so we don't have any audio issues throughout this entire. And it does, in fact, sound good. Hopefully there's not too much of an echo right there. But anyways, so as I was saying, I am back once again live here with the Toronto Huskies franchise. Now, it's been a few days since I've recorded last, and just been super busy. You know, summertime, you know how it gets. Got to enjoy that good weather while you can. But we are back on the grind, I should say, once again. And the winning streak, that's right, winning streak has continued into year 3 of the Toronto Huskies franchise. For those of you that didn't get to see how last season ended, we ended the season on a 3-game winning streak. And then in week number 1, we got another win against the Indianapolis Colts, who won the division last year. So this could be a turning point in this series for your Toronto Huskies. As you can see, we are in fact on top of the AFC South standings, and I'm just very excited to see how this thing goes, because I think this could be the year that your Huskies finally not only get a winning record, but break into the playoffs and have a chance at a Super Bowl. But before we get into all of that, I will go ahead and real quick explain to you guys what the Toronto Huskies franchise is while I show you the roster real quick. So, the Toronto Huskies franchise is a little different than most franchises you see on YouTube. We are a team building franchise. What that means is we don't play the games. You still see every snap, though, of every single game get played, but we are not the ones playing it. So I, myself, am not controlling the players. It's a CPU versus CPU simulation. I commentate over the game for you guys, and more or less it is really a situation where we're trying to develop players and develop this team into a Super Bowl caliber team, possibly even a dynasty maybe one year. But the first step in doing so is first getting to the playoffs, which is the goal for this season. Now, the first few years, obviously, we were at such a disadvantage. We started from nowhere. So this Huskies team is what they call an expansion team of sorts. They took over the rights of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who gave the rights, sold them away to Ryan Fitzpatrick, aka Ryan Fitzmagic, the current owner of this Huskies franchise, and he moved the franchise from Jacksonville up to Toronto, where he went ahead and let go of all the players, started fresh. So it was pretty much a overall of about a 60 overall team, give or take, when this thing started. And as you see, we are a much, much better team. 2 years into this thing, and we started off, I think, the first year in the Huskies franchise, we were 3-13 maybe. And then last year, we ended up 6-10. And now this year, we're hoping to once again double our win total. If we can do that, then we are definitely making the playoffs, because that means we're going to have 12 wins on the year. But even if we can only get 10, I will be extremely happy with that. Just, I want improvement, constant improvement. That's what we're looking for throughout this series, and I feel like so far we've been able to get that. And now it's really about being able to build this team strategically and making sure we can hold on to some of these players that we've been able to see develop throughout this series. As you see, our quarterback Trevor Nickerson, second-year quarterback now, who had his first game of the season and played phenomenal. Over 300 yards passing, led us to a win. There's not much more you can ask out of a young quarterback in his second year. Maybe he's one of those guys that we see a year 2 jump out of. I think there's a very good likelihood that something like that could end up happening here. But that is what our roster looks like. So let's go ahead and jump into this thing. It is the first home game. Your Toronto Huskies are hosting the New York Giants. Now, I do want to show the New York Giants real quick, just because I can't remember everyone they have nowadays. So they have 94 overall Tua, that's right. I do remember that, and obviously Saquon is still Saquon. Evan Ingram's still there, Jabril Peppers, Will Hernandez. A lot of the guys you may recognize from the old Giants team. They have Tristan Wirfs now though, so that's different. Mekhi Becton as well. They got a pretty good offensive line, it seems like. And they have a handful of good players on defense, including Patrick Queen they were able to bring in. So, an interesting squad here. Let's go ahead and see if our squad can match up, though. Very excited to get into this thing. As you see, the Giants are a higher overall than us. So they should have the advantage, especially with that quarterback, as at this point, already in his career, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. So pretty impressive stuff from him. All right, here in this Week 2 matchup, we have the New York Giants coming up north to Toronto, where your Toronto Huskies are going to be playing host. A big matchup here, and those are not your commentators. My name is Tavikes28. I am your commentator, and I am very excited to get this Week 2 matchup in the books and hopefully continue this winning streak. The question now is, will the Huskies ever lose again? We will have to wait and see. But as you see, your Huskies are coming out onto the turf here, and they are very excited. They are pumped up, ready to go, and they are ready to continue winning. It's something that's new to this team, that winning culture, but as you see, Travis Kelce, number 41, that's right, a little odd, but he wanted to change things up after his old team decided to get rid of him. As you see, Keontae Bonds last week had one heck of a start to his season, over 100 yards, found the end zone twice, and he is looking like that wide receiver too that we have been hoping he develops into. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this thing. And it is time to see exactly what your Toronto Huskies can do. So let's go ahead and jump in. As Josh Lambo is setting up to kick this one off, and it is going to be returned from about the 6-yard line, out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. So that means that Tua and the Giants offense are going to be coming on out here. As you see, Tua had a pretty good week 1. He did throw an interception, not a ton of yardage, but only 6 incompletions in week 1. And he seems to be developing quite well. As you see, not an X Factor yet, but he is a superstar. And they're starting off under center, handing off to their main man, Saquon Barkley, who might cause some problems. But we'll have to see here as we'll take a look at this squad. As you see, a pretty veteran-based interior offense of that offensive line, but some young tackles. And a lot of the playmakers on this offense are pretty similar to the Giants offense that you guys have remembered. And now going back under center, Tua drops back, throws over the middle, a little inaccurate there. That's not something that we expect to see a lot out of him. But as you guys know, this Toronto Huskies team quite well. Got some new faces in here this year, some rookies like Micah Parsons, some veterans who are hoping to make a little bit of an impact as well, like Linval Joseph. But most of this defense is continuing over from last year. So now it's 3rd and 10 as Tua throws over the middle, and that is caught. I believe that is the tight end, Evan Ingram, with the reception. And that it was 16 yards and a first down, getting him out to the 44-yard line. And as you see, I think that was Quincy Williams in coverage there, who just didn't have great positioning, and Evan Ingram showing up and showing why he's the number 2 option in this offense. So now back under center, and it's going to be a handoff to, that's right, Saquon Barkley, who has some space, getting out to the 47, past the 50, and that is going to be good for 9 yards, and just about enough for a first down. So they're setting up a 2nd and 1 now at the 47-yard line in I formation, and I 100% expected to go to Saquon here, and that is exactly what happens as Saquon pushes his way forward, and that is going to be all the way down to the 38-yard line there. And that is a first down for New York, and like I said, Saquon is going to be a problem for this Huskies defense. Although the front seven has been really good against the rush over the last really year and a half, they are going to have their work cut out for them here with Saquon Barkley. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Back under center again. They're going to be running a lot of plays out of that formation. As you see Saquon breaking this one outside, getting up to the 26-yard line, eventually getting stopped at that point by Jalen Thompson, the safety. But that's going to be a 12-yard gain there by Saquon and another Giants first down. Right now it seems like they cannot stop this rushing attack, and that does not bode well for the rest of this game. It's now 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Couple extra big bodies on the field, and there's going to be another handoff. This time, though, getting stuffed only about a yard or so on that carry. So now it's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line. Continuing to play from under center is Tua, as it's going to be another handoff. This time, though, it is going to be Martin there with a 2-yard gain. So it's setting up a 3rd and 7. Gonna have to throw it now as Tua drops back and throws deep over the left-hand side. That is caught, and that is into the end zone. Touchdown, New York, as Evan Ingram finds his way to the payday right there. And I don't know what Jalen Thompson was doing there. He looks like he just simply got lost, because he had the break on the ball, but just missed. I don't know what was going on there. Bad situation, though, there for Toronto, as that leads to a touchdown on the board for New York, and pending this extra point, it's going to be a 7-zip lead for the Giants. So now 7:16 left in this first quarter, and the offense for Toronto is hoping to find the field and answer quickly. You see Michael Badgley kicking this one off, and it is going to be a touchback here from Toronto, as that is the new rookie running back, Travis Etienne, who is filling in as the return man this year. As you see, Trevor Nickerson had 6 incompletions of his own in Week 1 and almost 400 yards passing. A really good Week 1 performance from Nickerson. Hoping to get that Year 2 leap out of him. And he's going to start off in the gun here on 1st and 10, as he's going to step up in the pocket and eventually going down. That is Dexter Lawrence, as he seemed like he had no one open downfield. So that's going to be an 8-yard loss on 1st down for Toronto. This is not a great situation right now, as that is going to end up being 2nd and very long here, putting the Huskies in a hole already. And in Week 1, Aaron Jones did get injured, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, as we're going to be moving forward without him, and the running game just wasn't the same without him. And we're going to start this 2nd and 18 off in the gun, and that is going to be a quick pass to the left-hand side, complete. Nickerson getting about 9 yards there, setting up at now a 3rd and 9. Bunch formation to the right-hand side, as Nickerson's going to take this one, drop back, step up, and go down. That is Leonard Williams coming through for the sack. That is sack number 2 on the first drive, and Toronto already going 3 and out. As you see there, Nickerson was trying to step up and make something happen, but instead he stepped right up into a bear hug from the defensive lineman. And Matt Hack is going to go ahead and punt this one away. And be returned from about the 27, and he gets out to the 29. But really good coverage there from Toronto. So the Giants are going to be taking over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line, and Saquon Barkley is hoping to continue to feed off of this offensive line, who seems to be getting some holes open for him on every single play. And they're going to do a quick pass here outside, actually, and making a man miss. That is Sterling Shepard. A little stutter step there makes Marshawn Lattimore just completely miss him. And so now it's going to be a handoff on 2nd and 7. Trying to bounce it outside is Saquon. He gets a handful of yards, about 5 there. So now it's a 3rd and 7. Or excuse me, 3rd and 2. And it's going to be a handoff again. And this time it is stuffed. Saquon has nowhere to go. Grabbed him at the line of scrimmage. That is Quincy Williams. Trying to make up for that bad coverage earlier in the game. Now just great awareness from Quincy Williams to see where the ball was and shoot the gap and find the running back before he gets to the 1st down marker. So now it is a punt here from New York. And this is going to be going into the end zone for a touchback. As you can see, there's a little bit of wind today out here in Toronto. Alright, Nickerson's going to start off in the gun here with a bunch set to the right. He's going to drop back and throw over the middle, and that is going to be not caught. I thought it was. It was in and out of the hands of CeeDee Lamb. That would have been good enough for a 1st down. And as you can see, we have one new face across that offensive line. The signing of David DeCastro is a big signing for Toronto. They were trying to just elevate that offensive line just enough to help Nickerson as he goes. Oh, he doesn't go down, breaking out of the sack and getting the ball off. Wow, really impressive stuff there as Nickerson had an unblocked blitzer coming through, hits him, but doesn't get him on the ground. And as you see, this Giants defense right here got a handful of players that you'll recognize. And then they brought in a few new faces along each level of the defense. But now it's 3rd and 10 for Toronto, and dropping back and getting the ball off under pressure, but delivering it to an open receiver. That is CeeDee Lamb for a 1st down, a gain of 18 yards. As it seems like New York has been able to get a lot of pressure on Nickerson so far, but Nickerson is standing in the pocket and delivering balls as often as he can. He's not afraid of this pass rush that New York has been able to develop, I guess. So now it's going to be a handoff here on 1st down, and making some moves. Nice running there from Latavius Murray out to the 49-yard line as he is weaving in and out of traffic. It's a really nice run from Murray. So now 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line, 4 wide here, but they are going with a handoff again, and more yardage for Latavius Murray out past the 40 to the 39. And Latavius Murray is like, don't you guys worry, I know Aaron Jones is hurt, but I can still run the football. And he is proving that today. It's now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Under center is Nickerson. This will be another handoff. And again, bowling over people is Latavius Murray. Getting out to the 34. Gain of 5 yards there on 1st down. Setting up a 2nd and 5 with some extra bodies on the field. And it's going to be a quick throw outside, though, and that doesn't have much room as Keontae Bonds actually loses 2. I believe that was Anthony Brown on the tackle. So now it is 3rd and 7 for this Toronto team. They are just on the edge of field goal range. On 3rd and 7, Nickerson drops back, throws over the middle, finds a man complete for a 1st down, and I believe that is T. Higgins. Gaining about 10 yards there as they needed 7. So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 now at the 26-yard line. It's now spreading it out 4 wide here as Nickerson drops back, has some time in the pocket, throws over the seam, and that is diving for the end zone. Travis Kelce, touchdown Toronto. And that was a big play. I almost just said right before that play happened, wow, Travis Kelce's been pretty quiet in this one, but he just took the words right out of my mouth as he dives into the end zone for a touchdown, attacking the seam there. Nice throw from Nickerson, and good awareness to realize that that was open and quick timing like that to be able to get Travis Kelce the ball and allow him enough time to get to the end zone. So that's going to tie things up 7 apiece here in Toronto as they're going to kick this one back off to the Giants, who are returning out to the 25, maybe 26-yard line. So now it is 1st and 10 for New York. As Tua is back under center once more, and it's going to be another handoff, and this time with nowhere to go as Saquon goes down for a loss. And that's going to make it 2nd and 11. Andrew Wingard, actually, the backup safety, coming in and making the tackle there. So now it is 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line in I formation here, and it is going to be a handoff as he's trying to spin his Saquon, but he spins into a tackle, gain of about 2 yards there, and that's going to be the end of this first quarter as we are knotted up 7 apiece right now. Head into the second, trying to get some separation as the Giants are setting up as a 3rd and 9 coming out of the break. And it's going to be a fake to the running back as Tua throws deep over the middle, and that is knocked down by the defender. Good play by the defense to get their hands up there and make something good happen. Now Riley Dixon setting up to punt this one away. And this gets returned from the 25 out past the 30 to the 31. As that is Travis Etienne on the return. So now just barely into this second quarter, Toronto already has an opportunity to possibly take the lead. And they're going to start off empty formation here. 1st and 10, Nickerson throws over the middle. That is caught for a first down. Travis Kelce in a bunch of coverage there, somehow gets the ball in there, and now it's going to be a fake to the running back on first down and throwing deep over the sideline, but overthrowing his intended target there as Nickerson has that one fly out of bounds. It's now to 2nd and 10. Nickerson drops back and throws deep over the middle. That is caught, and spinning his way down to the 20. That is Jonnu Smith, the number 2 tight end now. The starter from last year who essentially just lost his job for no reason, really. Just because Travis Kelce was available, essentially. Just showed up in a big situation there, though, for Toronto. So now it's 1st and 10. It's a quick throw outside, and breaking a tackle and getting out to the 10-yard line is CeeDee Lamb, showing off the speed outside. So now it's 2nd and inches at the 10-yard line. And under center is Nickerson, who's going to hand this one off. And getting some space, that is Latavius Murray trying to drag a defender to the end zone. Gets down to the 2, setting up a 1st and goal at that point. And just inside 9 minutes to go in this second quarter. So now they're going I formation here on 1st and goal. Nickerson go ahead and fakes to the running back, throws deep over the middle there, and that goes out the back of the end zone. So it's setting up a 2nd and goal now at the 2. They're going empty. Interesting play call here as it's going to be a quick throw outside, and that goes, I don't know if that was through the receiver's hands or what. Incomplete though, so now it is 3rd and goal. And it's going to be a handoff as a nice spin move, and Latavius Murray goes in. That is a touchdown, Toronto, as your Huskies have taken the lead. As you see, Latavius Murray was grabbed in the backfield, but he spins out of that one and shows why he still deserves to be on a roster. And there are situations and plays like that that is the reason why I signed him to another contract. I still believe Latavius Murray is a great runner to have. And who knows, if he continues to perform well, maybe he'll earn another contract. We will have to wait and see. But now Toronto has a 7-point lead, 14-7 over the Giants. The Giants have to be feeling a little bit of pressure here at this point. Only 8.5 to go before halftime. And this is going to be a touchback here on the kickoff. So now the Giants have a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Tua, Saquon, all coming back out onto the football field. And Tua is going to hand this one off to Saquon, who makes a cut and gets up to the 29. That was a pretty nasty looking cut there. And now it's 2nd and 6 at the 29. And it's going to go back to Saquon and spinning out of a move that time and into a tackle. That's going to go up to the 36 for a first down, though. And handing off again as Saquon breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage and actually ends up losing a yard on that one. So it's now 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line as Saquon was trying to get to the edge there but just didn't have the time. It's now 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line as Tua is under center. And it's going to be a handoff, and getting some space is Martin as he gets tackled eventually at the 43, but that's a gain of 8 yards, setting up a 3rd and 3, and they're continuing to run the ball as Martin this time only gaining about 1 yard as big play Slay comes up and makes the tackle in the run game. So that's going to set up a punt here from New York. And this looks like a pretty good one inside the 5, down to the 4. And that's going to set up a very long field here for Toronto. 94 yards if they're trying to find the end zone. As you see, Nickerson continuing to have a good start to his season. It's now 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Nickerson drops back, throws over the side there, and it looks like there was some PI. That was exactly it, as Anthony Brown gets flagged for pass interference there. And that gives them a free 1st down at the 16-yard line. So now Toronto sets up with a pitch here, trying to get Latavius Murray outside. He gets about 4 yards there, not a ton. Doesn't quite have the speed to run those. So now to 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line. Putting a man in motion. They're going to go ahead and pitch it to him. Getting outside is T. Higgins getting upfield down to the 32-yard line for a 1st down and more, as Toronto continues to move downfield. It's now going back to the running game here, as this has very little room to go. Setting up a 2nd and 10 now. About 4.5 to go in this game. Nickerson drops back and is under pressure and goes down at the 25-yard line. Leonard Williams again. Sack number 2 on the day for him. And that's setting up a 3rd and 17 now. It's now 3rd and 17. They are 4 wide here. Nickerson's going to take the snap. Has all the time in the world. He steps up, and eventually time runs out as he gets sacked at the 20-yard line by O'Shane Zimenez, as that is going to be 4th and 22 now for Toronto. As you see, Nickerson had the time to throw downfield, but just didn't feel comfortable. Sorry about that. I think that my audio cut out there for a second. But as I said, what a punt there from Matt Hack. And so now it's going to set up a 1st and 10, and a nice play there for a 1st down. That is Tua finding Darius Slayton downfield. Gain of about 18 yards on 1st down, as Slayton just powered out of that first tackler. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. But 2.5 to go. They're going to fake to Saquon as Tua has all the time in the world. And eventually that time's going to run out, and it does right here, as that is Floyd Ellis getting the sack. But that was a long time that he had to get rid of that football, and he never did. That is simply a coverage sack right there. So now it is 2nd and 17. They're going to try and get one in before the 2-minute warning, and they just do. It's going to be a handoff, and he gets lit up in the backfield. What a hit. As Saquon just goes down, losing a couple of yards, in fact. So now it's 3rd and 20, as Tua is going to fake to the running back, and goes down again. That is a Darius Evans getting through not once, but twice in 2 straight plays. So now it's 4th and 27. Inside 2 minutes here. Pretty good punt. That is going to be a fair catch called by Travis Etienne. Good decision there. So now it is 1st and 10 for Toronto, who now has the upper hand and possibly a chance to find a 2-score lead before halftime. We're going to be running a 2-minute offense here, as Nickerson's going to take it, and quick throw underneath. That is Latavius Murray getting out to the 39-yard line. That's going to be close to first down yardage, but they're going to mark him just shy, 2nd and inches. As Nickerson drops back under pressure, and he is going down at the 28-yard line. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 11. As the Giants, I believe, took a timeout there. So now a handoff here. Interesting play call. Very little to gain there, only about 2 or 3 yards. So now it's 4th and 8. And Matt Hawk is now punting. And a booming punt goes through the end zone for a touchback. So now it is 1:04 to go. 1 timeout for New York. They're starting at their own 20. Let's see what Tua can do. As he drops back, gears up to throw to the left-hand side. That gets batted down. So now it is 2nd and 10. They're going to fake to the running back, throw deep over the middle. That is intercepted by Toronto, returning up past the 25 to the 24. That is Jalen Thompson, who's trying to make up for his mistakes earlier in the game. And just like that, Toronto is in field goal range with an opportunity to possibly find the end zone. As you see, the offense is coming back out onto the football field. They only need 24 yards to find the end zone here, and have 53 seconds to do so, and 2 timeouts. They're going to start off empty here, 1st and 10. Nickerson drops back, throws to the left-hand side, completes, as that gets about 5 yards as they take their first timeout there. So it is now going to be 2nd down at the 19-yard line, 2nd and 5. As Nickerson drops back again, under pressure, and goes down at the 27. About 40 seconds to go in this half. So it is now 3rd down It's now 3rd and 13. 22 and counting to go. Nickerson takes the snap and throws deep over the middle, and that is batted down at the last possible second by the safety. So that is going to set up a field goal opportunity here with 17 seconds to go. A nice play there by Jordan Love to... Or did I say Jordan Love? Ah, my. Julian Love is what I meant. Nice play by Julian Love to get in there and knock that ball down. Would have been a touchdown if he didn't. So now Josh Lambo gives Toronto a 2-score lead here with only about 14 seconds to go. 13, excuse me, in this half. As they're going to elect for a touchback here. First and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Saquon, who's breaking tackles, but eventually gets dragged down at the 36, as that's where they take their final timeout. Setting up for a Hail Mary, possibly. 7 seconds to go. Tua drops back, throws this one out of bounds. Interesting play call there. Or decision, I should say. So now it is 2nd and 10. 2 seconds to go. Tua's going to drop back. Have all the time in the world. Just loads up and throws this one to the sideline. Gets batted around and eventually finds its way to the ground for an incompletion. And that is how this one ends. This first half, that is. As Toronto has a 17-7 lead going into halftime. Now let's take a look around the league, see what's going on so far in this week 2 set of games, as Cincinnati and Justin Herbert are gearing up and battling with Josh Allen and the Bills right now, and the Bills have a 3-point lead heading towards halftime. Then traveling up to Green Bay, where Washington has come to town, and they put on a whooping on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, as Dwayne Haskins showed him how to play quarterback and got his team a win 24-6. And at halftime, the Steelers and the Panthers are all knotted up 10 apiece, with Teddy Bridgewater doing just enough to keep his team afloat in that one. And back to our game here, as you see some highlights from that first half. It's been an interesting seesaw of a game so far, as Toronto with a big opportunity here to start this second half, as they are going to be getting the football after a touchback here at the 25-yard line, and already a 10-point lead, an opportunity to possibly make it a 3-score lead if they can find the end zone. As Nickerson's going to start this one off, handing it off, and that's going to be some good yardage there from Latavius Murray. Big hole on that left-hand side. Gets about 11 yards and another first down for Toronto. Now 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. In the gun is Nickerson as he drops back, throws quick over to the right-hand side, and that is going to be caught by Latavius Murray, another 8 yards. It's now 2nd and 2. Back under center here, and it's going to be a handoff to Murray, who gets outside and powers his way up to the 48-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down. Back in I formation, trying to go with the pitch, and nowhere to go as Latavius Murray falls forward. losing about 2 yards there. So now 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line. Couple of receivers to the right-hand side here, and it's going to be a handoff, though. Latavius Murray continuing to push forward out to the 29. So now it's setting up a 3rd and 7 here. Empty backfield for Nickerson as he drops back. Under pressure and going down again. That is Leonard Williams and his 4th sack of this game. 7th sack overall for the Giants. This pass rush has been a problem today. As you see, Leonard Williams actually splits the double team there. So now Matt Hawk is setting up to punt this one away. And a pretty good punt, and it's just going to go into the end zone for a touchback. It's now 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Tua under center, Saquon in the backfield here. In I formation, it's going to go to Saquon, who continues his good day, a gain of 5 yards there. It's now to 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line. Going in the gun now is Tua as he drops back and throws over the middle. That is caught, and 1st down yardage plus some, getting out to the 39-yard line. As that was Darius Slayton with the reception. So now a handoff here to Saquon as he has some room getting out past the 1st down marker up to the 49-yard line. Alright, now 1st and 10 at the 49. 6 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, and it's going to be another handoff. This time, they eventually get him in the backfield here. Loss of 2 yards for Saquon. So now on 2nd and 12, it's going to be another handoff, and this one goes backwards as well as Martin loses a yard here, setting up a 3rd and 13 now at the 48-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and 13, Tua takes this one under pressure, eventually gets it out of his hands, completes it, but only for a minimal gain, about 3 yards there. So Toronto bends but doesn't break as they go ahead and get the punt, and a pretty bad punt here from New York as it goes out of bounds at the 25. Alright, now 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. This is where Toronto starts their drive off. They're going to start off under center, and it's going to be a handoff with very little room to run. Losing about 3 yards is Latavius Murray. Good play from this Giants defense. They're hoping to see a little bit more of that. It's now 2nd and 13. Handful of receivers to the right-hand side here as Nickerson drops back and throws that way, and it is incomplete. Threw a little bit high there, and the ball gets popped out before the receiver can make the reception, so it's 3rd and 13 now. As Nickerson drops back and throws underneath, that is Murray who catches it, gets up to the 32, but that is 3 yards short of the line to gain. So that's going to set up another punt here for Toronto. So now Matt Hawk punting from the 32. Gets this one almost to the 10-yard line and returns it out to the 28. Jabril Peppers on the return there. So now the Giants start over at the 28-yard line. Now 1st and 10, high snap here, but handled, and that is going to be going to Saquon as he gets up to about the 34-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 4. Now under center, it's going to be another handoff. This time, Saquon gets enough for the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 at the 39. Fake to the running back as Tua is going to throw deep downfield, and that is caught and streaking down the sideline into the end zone. That is a touchdown, 61 yards. I believe that is Darius Slayton showing off the Jets, and what a throw on the run. Perfect placement from Tua, and that allowed Slayton to catch it in stride and not have to slow down, which helped get him to the end zone there. And that is going to cut this lead down, pending the extra point, to 3 points. As the extra point is good, making it 14-17. So now this kickoff ends up in a touchback from Travis Etienne. So now Toronto's going to try this again. It's now 1st and 10 at the 25. Nickerson in the gun. As he drops back, has all the time in the world, eventually having to get rid of it for a gain of about 1 or 2. Now they're going back to the running game here on 2nd and 9, getting all the way up to the 34. And they're going to mark him just shy, making it 3rd and 1 at the 34-yard line. They're going in I formation and handing it off, and good enough for the 1st down is Latavius Murray, gaining 2 yards, and all he needed was 1. All right, a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as Nickerson has a new fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 here. And he's going to drop back and throw quickly out of the backfield is Latavius Murray, breaking a tackle, getting up to the 40-yard line. Nice play there from Murray, getting 4 yards. It's now going empty backfield here, 2nd and 6. Nickerson drops back, quick throw over the middle. That was a little inaccurate. 6. as Nickerson drops back, throws again over the middle. That was dangerous, almost getting intercepted. That was intended for Keontae Bonds, I believe. And it looks like Matt Hawk is going to be punting this one away. And what a punt, almost downing it. I was waiting, but it just goes into the end zone. Almost got it at the 1 yard line. And a high snap there on first down. And what a run here from Saquon Barkley, making a move, and he is gone to the house, 80 yards. Saquon Barkley, what a play here. Wow. He had some room there to start off and then just put the burners on, and nobody could catch him after that juke. Look at that. Jukes Jaquil Easter right out of his shoes and then just puts on the burners. And no one is catching Saquon once he does that. And that's going to give the Giants a lead here pending the extra point, 21-17. With 2 seconds to go in this third quarter. Wow, what a turn of events. One play, 80 yards. So now Toronto takes the touchback here. So it's 1st and 10. Nickerson in I formation. And it is going to be a loss here to finish out this third quarter. So now heading into the fourth quarter, the Huskies have actually lost the lead. 14 unanswered from New York. Toronto just needs to get something on the board at this point. Empty backfield, 2nd and 12. It's going to be a reception here for Latavius Murray, who continues to break tackles up to the 27-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 8 here at the 27. Nickerson is going to have to set up a screen here and getting some blocks. That is Latavius Murray down the sideline to the 46-yard line. His 7th reception of the day, showing he can catch balls just like Aaron Jones. Good patience there also from the young quarterback, as he was taking a hit when he released that ball. So now it is 1st and 10 here. 10 minutes to go in this one. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Nickerson is going to set up another screen, and this one caught once again with some good blocks. That is Latavius Murray out to the 46. Gain of about 8 yards there. It's now 2nd and 2. And going back to the running game here, as that is Travis Etienne, actually. His first carry of the game. Setting up a 3rd and 3 here. Under center is Nickerson. It's going to be a handoff and getting blown up in the backfield there by Dalvin Tomlinson. A loss of about 2 yards there for Travis Etienne. So now Matt Hawk electing to punt this one away after the tackle for loss there just saved him. And a pretty bad punt, uncharacteristic here from Matt Hawk, going out at the 27-yard line. As you see, Tua only about 50% completion percentage today. But they haven't needed to, because Saquon has been running all over this Toronto defense, and they're going to continue to feed that man the football as he goes down at the 34, gain of 7 yards on first down. That's setting up a 2nd and 3 here as Tua drops back and eventually under pressure and throws it away. So now it is 3rd and 3 at the 34-yard line. As Tua drops back, throws over the middle, and what a bullet in there, as that is completed for a first down. Kendrick Bourne's first reception of the day goes for a first down. And the Giants are nearing midfield here. Down at the 47 here. It's going to be 1st and 10. 7.5 to go. Quick throw outside, and that gets gobbled up in the backfield. Actually losing a yard there is Kendrick Bourne. Now here on 2nd and 12, trying to throw this one down the sideline, but actually the defender had better positioning there, so that ends up incomplete, setting up a 3rd and 12 now, just inside 7 minutes to go, and some blitz here, and it gets knocked down. What a play there. Tua trying to get that one over the middle as the defender just puts his hands up, and you never know what could happen. As you see there, jumping up and blocking that one is Jalen Thompson. Nice play there. So that's going to set up a punt now from New York, as this one goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So now Nickerson and company need to find the end zone here, with only about 6.5 to go, give or take. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 24, and they're going to go with a running game here, and actually losing yardage is Latavius Murray. It's now 2nd and 12 at the 22-yard line. In the gun is Nickerson, a bunch set to the right-hand side. Nickerson's going to throw to that right side and complete. That is Travis Kelce with the reception, getting out to the 26. So setting up a 3rd and 8 here. And they're going to fake to the running back and throw to the right side. Unfortunately, Nickerson just overthrew his target, as Travis Kelce was open past the first down marker, but he simply missed him. So now Matt Hawk is going to be punting this one away, and a booming punt that is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants going to be taking over, about 5.5 to go at the 20-yard line. Tua, as you see, below 50% completion percentage on the day. He's struggling today. That running game is not. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 20. Tua is going to go ahead and continue with that running game as it gets swallowed up, actually, at the line of scrimmage. Saquon, no gain there. So now it is 2nd and 10. Tua's going to hand off once again. Saquon trying to bounce this outside, getting about 6 yards. Setting up a 3rd and 4 now. As Tua's trying to set up a screen pass, and that is going nowhere. Reading it perfectly is Floyd Ellis with the athleticism to get out there and make the tackle. An 8-yard loss on that play. What a play by Floyd Ellis. The defensive tackle, big man, able to still move pretty well there. So now it's 4th and 12. A punt here from New York. And it's going to be a fair catch called at the 36. So Nickerson needs to figure out how to find the end zone here with only 4 minutes to go in this game. But a 4-point lead for New York as Nickerson's going to start off with a completion over the middle, out past the 50 to the 40. That is Latavius Murray continuing to be a force in this offense, as that's his 9th reception on the day, and that one is his biggest one yet. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Nickerson is trying to set up another screen, completing it, and again, Latavius Murray getting out there for a first down. 10 yards and another reception. 10 receptions for Murray today. So now 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Nickerson in the gun. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. As he's going to drop back and look over the middle. That is caught inside the 15 down to the 13. That is CeeDee Lamb. His 3rd catch on the day. And that sets up a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line here. Toronto is moving right now. But can they cap this drive off with a touchdown? That is the question. As it's about 2:25 and counting to go in this game. As Nickerson is in the gun. It's going to be a handoff here with some blockers, though. That is Travis Etienne getting up inside the 5 down to the 4. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 4-point game here as the Giants have the lead, but Toronto is driving. It is 2nd and 1 at the 4-yard line. Nickerson under center, and it's going to be a pitch outside, and that is going to be trying to power his way forward as Latavius Murray loses about 2 yards, actually. It's 3rd and 4 now as Nickerson drops back, finds someone underneath. That is Murray, who somehow almost gets over the yard to gain. They're going to fake it on 4th and 1. Throwing to the end zone. That is incomplete. Incomplete. Nickerson unable to get that one into the receiver's hands. So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 at the 3-yard line for New York. But 3 timeouts for Toronto. So the question is, can this defense make one more big play? A safety would be very clutch right here. And they're going to go with Saquon here, spinning his way and pushing all the way up to the 9-yard line. Looks like there's no safety here. First timeout taken. Only about 1:12 to go. 2nd and 4 now in I formation. As Tua is going to hand it off, and a big play here by Quincy Williams, tackling Saquon in the backfield. It's going to be a 1-yard loss, setting up 3rd and 5 at the 9-yard line. 1:08 to go. 1 timeout for Toronto. First down ends it here, and they're trying to set up a screen, and it is caught. And Saquon with the Jets puts on the moves and getting his way to the edge for a first down. And that seals it. 1 minute to go in this game. New York setting up in victory formation as Tua has led his New York Giants up to Toronto and beaten the Huskies in their own home in pretty dramatic fashion as well. Very good game. Toronto, really for the first time in quite some time, actually led for most of this game, but couldn't come away with the win, as the final in this one, 21-17, as your Toronto Huskies fall to the New York Giants. As you see, Tua actually didn't play all that well against the Huskies defense today, but really it was all about Saquon Barkley. The man could not be stopped. Nothing that we could do was enough against Saquon, as he pretty much single-handedly willed them to a victory over your Huskies. And we're going to go ahead and jump out of this game and advance to week number 3. And that's where I'm going to have to figure out what we're doing for the upcoming draft class. I have a few ideas. I will have to figure out how to implement all of my ideas here upcoming. But without waiting too long, let's go ahead and advance and see what week 3 has in store for us before I finish off this episode. As we see here, we have a slew of various things to do. We'll go ahead and do these upgrades while we can, as that is Trey Smith, the rookie, getting an upgrade, as we're going to try and get him a little more well-balanced here. So as you see, your Huskies have officially fallen to 1-1 and no longer lead the AFC South. They're in second place right now. But we have a breakout player, and you will have to tune in next time to find out exactly who that breakout player is. So before we go ahead and do that, though, I do want to check to see who we have to negotiate, and I want you guys' input here. Do you think you know for sure we should bring any of these guys back? These are all of the negotiations for the rest of the year. Okay, I will show you all of them, even the ones that we can't negotiate with yet. So we have David DeCastro, the free agent signing from this past offseason. Josh Lambo, the kicker, who's been very reliable for us. Big Play Slay, Quincy Williams, Jedrick Wills, Jalen Thompson, Ryan Kerrigan, Jordan Hicks, Latavius Murray, who just had a ridiculous game. Then Demario Davis, Nick Harris, Linval Joseph, Lano Hill, Netane Muti, Fedia Denebo, Jesper Horsted, Phillip Rivers down here as well. Got a handful of guys here, a lot of names that have made some impacts in this franchise, so we're probably going to end up moving on from some of these guys, and we'll have to figure out who we want to keep and make sure we have money to give to our next set of free agents next year, as I feel like that's going to be the one that's going to really hurt in terms of the paydays. But without further ado, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. My name is Tavikes28. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a blast. Now, I know the winning streak is over. It lasted into 2 different seasons, but it is finally over here. Week 2, it was a tough loss, a close loss, but your Huskies do eventually fall. So that means next week against the Dallas Cowboys, we have to come in hot and angry to get that win. So look out, Dallas. But until then, like I said, my name is Tavikes28, and I thank you guys for watching.